All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on something pretty dark. It's a world that operates right under our noses, a world where your future isn't decided by merit, but by who you know or what you can pay. We're talking about the Exam Mafia in Meghalaya. It's a system of cheating, so organized, so widespread, it's basically institutionalized. Let's get into it. So when you hear a term like Exam Mafia, you might be picturing some kind of movie villain. But the reality? It's actually way more damaging. This isn't just about a few students sneaking a cheat sheet into an exam. No, this is a well-oiled machine built on corruption, and we need to understand exactly how it works. Let's be really clear here. We are not talking about a few bad apples. The Exam Mafia is a full-on network. It's made up of the very insiders, the invigilators, the administrators, who are supposed to be the guardians of a fair system. And that word right there, connivance, that's the key. It means the people we trust to keep things fair are the same people who are rigging the game for a price. So how do they actually do it? I mean, how do you turn a secure system into your own personal ATM? Well, let's walk through the 4 main ways they operate. Once you see this, you'll understand just how deep this corruption really goes. First off, the game is rigged before anyone even walks into the exam hall. Think about it. While honest students are spending months studying, the Exam Mafia is just selling the answers. The question papers get leaked, which basically turns a test of knowledge into a test of who can afford to buy the answers. The starting line is completely different for those with deep pockets. But it doesn't just stop at leaked papers. Nope. Once they're actually inside the exam hall, it's pretty much a free-for-all. With the help of proctors who are in on the whole scam, candidates are using all kinds of high-tech gadgets to get answers. Forget about a simple note in your pocket. We're talking about a full-on technological assault on the exam's integrity. And if you think the cheating is over when that final bell rings, think again. The Exam Mafia's reach extends way beyond the exam itself. Answer sheets get tampered with. Wrong answers are magically corrected. In the most extreme cases, they'll just swap out an entire answer sheet to guarantee a perfect score for a paying client. And here it is, the final nail in the coffin. Even if an answer sheet somehow makes it through untouched, the results can still be changed. The mafia can go right into the system and just manipulate the scores before they're ever made public. It is the ultimate betrayal of the entire process. This quote really says it all, doesn't it? When this system is this broken, a certificate, a degree, it just becomes a worthless piece of paper. It's not proof of hard work anymore, it's just proof of fraud. And that affects absolutely everyone. You know, this isn't just about some students getting an unfair leg up. The ripple effects are huge. Honest, hardworking candidates get robbed of their future. The credibility of our entire educational system just crumbles. And we all end up paying the price when our doctors, our engineers, our public officials are chosen not because they're the best, but because they knew how to cheat the system. Okay, so what can we possibly do about this? How do you even begin to fight back against a system that's so corrupt? Well, it starts with us asking the right questions. Think of this next part as your toolkit for demanding accountability. First things first, you have to look at the official numbers. But, and this is a big but, you can't just take them at face value. If the official stats show a really, really low number of cheating cases, that's a huge red flag. It probably doesn't mean no one's cheating. It likely means the system is either terrible at catching them or, even worse, is actively covering it up. Next, we need to focus on the question papers themselves. I mean, leaks happen because security is weak. We have to demand total transparency. How are these papers being handled from the moment they're printed to the moment they land on a desk? Every single link in that chain has to be rock solid. This one is critical. When an official is caught helping this corruption along, what actually happens to them? Are they facing real, serious criminal charges? Or do they just get a slap on the wrist and maybe move to a different department? Because if the punishment doesn't fit the crime, it just sends a message that this kind of behavior is basically okay. And finally, you have to follow the answer sheets. From the second they're collected to the moment the final results are published, is that process truly secure? Is there a clear, unbroken chain of custody? Any gap, any weak link is just an open invitation for fraud. All right, so we've laid out the problem. We've talked about the questions we need to be asking. Now let's talk about solutions. And here's the good news. There is a way forward. There is a path to reclaim the integrity of our exams. And it starts with us, the citizens. So here's the battle plan. It's a 4-pronged attack on the Exam Mafia. And this isn't about sitting back and waiting for someone else to fix it. It's all about empowering regular people to take back the system. Let's break down each step. First up, we fight fire with fire. We use technology to outsmart the cheaters. Moving to online exams with real-time digital monitoring makes a lot of the old-school fraud almost impossible. And by using technology like blockchain, we can create a secure, tamper-proof digital record of every single result. It's time to drag the exam system into the 21st century. You know, these corrupt networks thrive in secrecy, in the shadows. The only way to drag them into the light is for insiders to speak up. And that means we have to protect and encourage whistleblowers, those brave people who are willing to expose the rot from the inside. We need to give them the legal backing and financial incentives to come forward without fear. The third step is to take the fight to the courts. By filing what are called public interest litigations, or PILs, we can force the system to be held accountable. Essentially, we can ask a judge to supervise major exams, which shines a huge spotlight on the whole process and makes it a lot harder for the exam mafia to get away with their schemes. And finally, we need to become our own watchdogs. By forming citizen committees, we can conduct our own independent audits of the entire exam system. We can monitor everything, from how the papers are printed to how the results are released. It's really about the people taking back control of their own institutions. This quote really gets to the heart of it all. At the end of the day, the power to fix this broken system is with us. It's up to every single one of us to get educated on the issue, to get engaged, and to demand better. We have the tools. We just need to use them. So I'll leave you with this question. When an exam is compromised, who really pays the price? It's not just the student who studied hard and lost their spot. It's all of us. It's every person who relies on the competence of professionals. It's every citizen who relies on the integrity of our public institutions. When we let the exam mafia win, we all lose.